Hi everyone, Mrs. Wands here, and my dog Scout, and today we're going to be talking about quotations. So what do quotations or quotes look like? Typically you're going to see the double quotes, but you're also going to see single quotes, and we're going to go over both today. On Scout's punctuation difficulty scale, quotations are just above the median, in between exclamation marks and colons. Why do we care? Well, we want to evolve our writing toward complexity. We want to take our complex thoughts and have them be clearly expressed in our writing. This gives us opportunity. We can connect with people. We can engage them. We can maybe even entertain them through our writing. And sometimes we can even persuade them. Lastly, writing clearly helps us understand the world and helps other people understand us. So what do quotation marks do for a sentence? I'm going to give you 4 ways that you can use a quotation mark in a sentence. Number 1, a character is talking, either dialogue, they're talking to each other, different characters, or a monologue where they're talking all by themselves for a while. Number 2, titles of short creative works, such as articles, stories, songs, and poems. Number 3, sarcasm. And number 4, you've borrowed words from a source that are not your own, and you want to make sure that you're not plagiarizing, you're giving them credit to the person who wrote them. Let's take a look at number 1. Quotes when a character is talking. One day, Scout was eating her peanut butter, and suddenly she remembered the annoying seagull from her dream. "I'm going to steal your peanut butter on Friday," the seagull bragged, "and there's literally nothing you can do about it." "Never," Scout shouted. Even though she knew it was a dream, she kept thinking, what if the annoying seagull came to life? She looked up nervously and hurried to finish. Scout hated that dream. Number 1. Whenever a new person speaks, we're going to put them in a new paragraph. So, for example, you can see here that the seagull is speaking in this paragraph, and then we're going to switch it to a new paragraph when Scout speaks, and then we're going to switch it to a new paragraph to explain what she's thinking. So it's okay to have a very short paragraph like that with even just one word of dialogue. Number 2, in the United States, punctuation goes inside of the quotation mark. So you'll see here this comma is inside the quotation mark, and this exclamation mark is inside the quote. This period is inside the quote. That's how we do it in the United States in English. In Great Britain, those countries in their written English, they actually put their punctuation marks outside the quotations. Number 3, we use italics for someone's thoughts. We don't put their thoughts in quotes. So for example, right here, when Scout is thinking, you can see that that is not in quotes, it's in italics. Okay, so now I have a challenge for you. Can you spot 3 quotation errors in this story? The dog lion Hercules stomps around Scout's dreams like a terrible monster. He intimidates Scout with his loud roar and his confident attitude. One time, Scout grew enough courage to ask him a question. "Why are you a dog lion and not just a dog or just a lion?" Hercules laughed. "That's how Francisco drew me, of course," he roared. "I'm a hybrid, complicated, handsome, and interesting." So you might want to pause your video right here and see if you can find 3 places where the quotations are either wrong or in the wrong place. Okay, so the first spot that I see is right here where the red X is. Right here, the question mark should be inside the quotation mark, as we discussed. The second one, this quotation is actually missing an end quote right here. So we wanted to pause. That's how Francisco drew me, of course. And then we want to put he roared. Well, you need an end quotation mark right here. And then you need to restart the quotation mark right here to finish it out. So you're actually missing 2 quotations in that line. So what do they look like when they're fixed? There's the question mark in the right place, there's the quotation, and there's the other quotation. Example 2, quotes for titles. The most annoying thing about the nameless seagull, according to Scout, is that he bragged all the time, and half of what he boasted about couldn't possibly be real. For example, the seagull claimed to be the author of the following: a short story titled For the Birds, a song titled When Doves Cry, a poem called The Raven, the movie Angry Birds 2, and a novel titled Jonathan Livingston Seagull. There is no way you made any of those, Scout claimed. How would you know? You're just a house dog, yelled the seagull as he flew off with another pineapple. So, what I wanted to point out to you is the fact that full length books and movies are not in quotation marks. So, here you see the movie Angry Birds 2 and the novel Jonathan Livingston Seagull. Those are long creative works. And so, we're not going to be putting those in quotation marks. Instead, you're going to put those in your writing in italics. The short creative works you can see are in quotation marks: the song, the poem, and the movie, and the short story. Example number 3, quotes to show sarcasm. Anahita, the calico kitten, didn't believe the seagull at all. In fact, she knew the seagull was lying and decided to confront him. Oh, so you think you're a writer now, eh? Anahita said. You think your webbed fingers can hold a pencil or type on a computer? The annoying seagull pretended not to hear. Go on. Tell me, what college did you go to? Anahita persisted. But the annoying seagull just dropped a piece of pineapple on the cat's head and flew away. So, what I wanted you to hopefully hear in my voice as I read that is a tone change. Sarcasm is a tone of disdain, and disdain means you're putting somebody down a little bit. It's kind of a sense of you don't believe what they've claimed. The seagull, there's no way that the seagull could be a writer, or the seagull doesn't have fingers, the seagull couldn't have gone to college. And Anahita is not directly challenging those facts to the seagull, but by her tone of voice, you can hear the sarcasm in them. Now, the other thing I wanted to point out to you is normally these sarcastic words would be in double quotes. However, they are already inside of quotes. So a lot of middle school students are asking, well, what do I do if I need to put quotes inside of quotes? Well, it's no problem. You just switch the inside quotes to single quotes, like that. So example number 4, quotes when you borrow someone's words. Scout knows some things are real, like Barney, the orange cat she lives with, and Anahita, Ricardo's cat who lives in a different house. She knows some things are not real, like Hercules, the dog lion, and the annoying nameless bragging seagull. But one thing she isn't sure about is the rainbow mouse, who she sometimes sees out of the corner of her eye. Is that real? One day, Scout read yet another Newsella article. According to scientists, seeing rainbow mice is a sign of a good imagination. Either that or delusion. And a quick shout out to Francisco C. from Rio de Valle School for drawing the cute rainbow mouse that is going to be making some appearances in the series in videos to come. So here you can see that we have put quotation marks around a citation. A citation is a sentence or a phrase or even a whole paragraph of words that you're using from a different source. They're not your own words, they're somebody else's words, and that's why they're in quotation marks. So this is a good place to pause your video for this last challenge and see if you can put the quotes in the right places. Now, I'm going to give you a hint that on sentence number 3, there are 2 sets of quotes, not just one. Okay, so let's see if you were able to get it right. In sentence number 1, Hercules sometimes yells out for no reason, "My kingdom for a horse." The quotes are going to go around what he yells, and you can see them there. Just make sure that the quote is going to go after your exclamation mark. Number 2, the annoying seagull claims he wrote a movie called Angry Birds 2 and a song titled When Doves Cry, but nobody believes him. So your quotation marks are going to go around the song, because that's a short creative work, but not around the movie, which is much longer work. That's going to be italicized. Number 3, The next time Anahita writes an essay for cat class, she will include information from the Rainbow Mouse article from Newsella, especially the line that reads, "Only the bravest animals can catch the rainbow mouse, and that's if they also have luck." So, 2 sets of quotation marks. Number 1, you want to put quotation marks around the title of the article from Newsella. And number 2, you want to put quotation marks around your citation that you borrowed from the writer of the article from Newsella. Okay, so hopefully you were able to get both of those right. That's it, we're done. You can go on to practice and feedback. Scout says good job in the end, and we will see you next time.